Portland has 2 fouls.
Spears the kind of guy just has such tremendous athletic that he's able to make things happen at both ends of the.
Kevin Smith buried 3. Largest lead for Iowa, now 8 points at 26-18. Spears went around Earl to lay it in. He wasn't intimidated by 6'10" Acie Earl.
Well, he used that well-twisted body of his to shield Earl off and get to the hole.
Now an all-freshman backcourt for Iowa, Lusk and Smith. Webb, Earl, and Moses in the court for the Hawkeyes. Moses.
Pretty move to the basket by Moses.
He has 4, and he's proven he's not bashful. Again, an 8-point edge for the Hawkeyes. Under 7 to play, rather, first half. Starfin hits the 3.
That'll be an added dimension to the Temple attack. A point guard that not only can distribute the basketball, but a point guard that can also knock down the 3 consistently.
Starfin's first points at the Temple Owl. Lusk to Earl. Hello.
The Hawkeyes doing a pretty nice job of getting dribble penetration and then finding open people against Temple's zone.
This game turned when Donald Hodge went to the bench with 2 fouls. Temple was dominating inside. Now it's Iowa controlling the inside play.
Kilgore possibly a little gun shy.
Starfin's not. He hits another 3. Vic Starfin makes it a 4-point game in favor of Iowa. The steal, here's Starfin. 8 quick points for Vic Starfin.
Excellent anticipation. The pass was telegraphed, and the Owls right back in it. I really think Iowa could do more with the dribble penetration. They've been successful in that area. When you get content and complacent and just stand around on the perimeter, the zone defense can be effective.
Moses hit the deck after the shot. Chris Lovelace guilty of the foul. When you use as many players as Tom Davis does, sometimes does that create a problem for the players on the floor as far as continuity is concerned, maintaining a rhythm?
I really don't think so, because they practice that way during the week, and everybody knows their role when they come into the game, and they recognize their strengths and weaknesses. So I really don't think it changes the attack that much.
I think another answer to that question is that's the way Tom Davis has always played, and he has a great record. Moses hit the first free throw. He's the 3rd leading scorer last year for the Hawkeyes. Behind Ray Thompson and Les Jepson. Jepson now in the NBA with Golden State. Skinner's in. Moses goes to the bench after hitting 2.
Pressure, no problem. Has really been token pressure by Iowa. Haven't really looked to get much out of it.
Kilgore, whistle sounds as he knocks it home.
But that's the toughest shot he's taken all evening, and he finally finds the mark. He's had a few open jump shots and didn't get close, but in traffic, nice penetration here. He's got a 5-6-inch height advantage, if not more, on Troy Skinner, and just uses that to muscle the shot up and down.
Foul was against Temple underneath the basket. It was against James Spears, his first. And the Owls are over the limit. Quarterfinal action in the Dodge NIT begins tomorrow night at 7 Eastern time. The Boston College Eagles, off their come-from-behind win over Memphis State. They'll be taking on Duke. What a matchup Oklahoma and Arkansas should be. Arkansas very impressive in obliterating Vanderbilt last night. And East Tennessee and Arizona. The 3rd game. Quarterfinal action starting tomorrow night. And again, the winner of this game will meet Notre Dame.
All 3 of those games could really be interesting. Everybody's going to focus in on the Oklahoma-Arkansas game. But Boston College is going to be an improved team in the Big East Conference. And East Tennessee State has a couple of good players. Mr. Keith Jennings and Greg Dennis, both outstanding players.
The Eagles of BC looking for big things from their freshman Bill Curley, and it looks like he's going to provide those big things after his performance last night. Spears from Carstarphin.
Nice penetration and dish. Well, you love to see your point guard make those types of plays. Penetration and find the open guy inside.
An entertaining first half here in Iowa City. Sean McDonough with Clark Kellogg. We're delighted to have you with us. We're excited to be underway ourselves with this season of college basketball on ESPN. Barnes was double teamed but kept it alive. Finally a foul whistled. The Iowa bench screaming for a foul, and it was James Spears who was whistled for one.
Made a pretty good play on the ball, but in that situation, when you make the obvious reach in, here we'll take a look at it. Spears in good position. Now he's going to make the reach in there. Anytime you come in over the top, whether you get all ball or not, the whistle is usually going to be blown.
Spears is out of Concordville, PA. He was a first-team All-State player in basketball and football and turned down a couple of Division 1A football scholarship offers to play basketball at Temple. Rodell Davis, the free throw shooter. Rebound wound up with Barnes underneath. He had it swatted away by Kilgore, and a travel called on Davis as he lost it the first time he went up. Now Davis goes to the bench, and Wade Lookingbill, number 34, checks in for the first time. He's playing with a stress fracture in his lower back.
A really frustrating injury for him because he hasn't been able to consistently practice and get the repetitions he needs.
Carstarphin didn't get the roll. Earl the rebound to Skinner. And Tom Davis is frustrated as well by that injury to Lookingbill. He says Wade is arguably their best player. There he is underneath, blocked by Spears. Now fouled by Jan Post.
Boy, Spears showing you his athletic ability and quickness. Able to make a nice recovery on the initial thrust by Lookingbill. Lookingbill stayed right with it. Here we'll take a look. Spears from behind. Excellent block. Lookingbill right on top of it, able to use his body and draw the foul on Post inside.
Michael Harden, the starting guard, is back in for Temple. Starting backcourt now intact for the Owls. Harden and Macon. Lookingbill, the junior from Fort Dodge, Iowa.
It's been hush-hush Mark Macon. He's not been very visible here in this first half.
Lookingbill, an excellent free throw shooter, 78% for his career, and he makes two. 4-point lead for Iowa with just more than 4 minutes to play in the first half. Macon. Now Post. Well short with the turnaround. Here comes Barnes leading a 3-on-3 break.
Good transition defense that time by the Owls.
Chris Street. Short. Earl the offensive board. And the whistle for the foul on Jan Post. That's two quickies on Post. He didn't see much action last year in his first year at Temple.
I tell you what, if Acie Earl can be consistent, and that's a concern of the coaching staff. They talked about him being brilliant or much less than that. If he can find consistency, he could be a big factor in the Hawkeyes' success this year. He's an excellent shot blocker. Has shown us some ability inside on the offensive glass.
As those numbers you just saw demonstrate. A decent touch for a big man at the free throw line at 74% last year. He's 6'10", 225 from Moline, Illinois. Lane violation. And Earl will have 3 to make 1.
The pressure's on now. You never like to come up with the hat trick from the strike. Boy, I have to start for me to find where the violation was there. Maybe Post.
Probably Bill Rafferty saying nickel and dimer. Tom Davis and the Hawkeyes enjoy a 5-point lead with 3:33 remaining in the first half. And those were strong words indeed from Dale Brown. John, thank you very much. 5-point lead For Iowa, this is your first college basketball game of the season. Some rules changes. In TV games, the teams allotted just 3 timeouts each. John Chaney now has just 2 remaining. 2 free throws for the 10th personal foul of the half. That is a change. Instead of it remaining 1-1, no matter how many fouls a team commits. And 3 free throws awarded when you're fouled on an unsuccessful 3-point try. I like all of those rule changes.
All good rule changes. The 3-point one, long overdue.
Only makes sense. There are other rule changes, but those are the major ones. Mike into play tonight. Macon for 3.
Count that. Plenty of daylight, plenty of time. And those are the types of shots that Mark Macon will be able to get more of with solid play from the point guard.
Macon now at 6 points, and Vic Carstarfin with the foul.
Well, he's really giving them a spark off the bench. Good aggressive play at the defensive end. Heady decisions with the basketball at the offensive end. I can see why John Chaney is excited about what Victor Carstarfin will bring to his ball club.
Foul was his first. It sends Kevin Smith to the line. He's out of Trimble Tech in Fort Worth. He was honorable mention All-State there last year as he averaged 20 points and 10 assists per game.
Boy, he looked like he rushed that one a little bit. A couple of quick bounces and a slingshot shot.
Acie Earl with the follow. Went over 2 Owls to chip it in.
Shouldn't happen on the free throw line. That's a major no-no.
And now a brush foul called against James Moses on the press. Tom Davis, 51 years old. And he gets the 5-second. Now the traveling call, actually. He was screaming for 5 and travel, and he got the travel.
Nick Kilgore forgot that he had to be stationary on inbounding that ball and just takes off. And that's a violation, folks.
You can run the baseline after a made field goal by the opposition, but that came following a foul against Moses. Barnes. 6-point lead for the Hawkeyes with less than 3 minutes to play in the first half. Macon trapped. Harden for 3. Michael Harden, he can connect from 3-point range. He's a 35% lifetime 3-point shooter. Rare press from Temple, broken by the Hawkeyes. Moses out of control, travels.
Really tried to do a little too much off the dribble. Had a look at Acie Earl for the lob, elected not to go with it, and then ended up getting himself into some trouble.
Wade looking Bill back in. Moses goes out. Skinner's back in, and Smith returns to the bench. Tom Davis would prefer hockey rules we can change on the fly.
He certainly shuffles them in and out.
That's a double dribble. Harden lost it, picked it back up.
You know, the Hawkeye pressure really hasn't bothered the Owls. I think it's been more, it hasn't resulted in a lot of turnovers, but it's been a little bothersome on occasion.
5 turnovers for Temple, 7 committed by Iowa. Webb fouled in the basket count.
You know, John Chaney talked to his team this morning about how Iowa likes to use the baseline bounce pass, and they get you looking for that, and then they whiz it right by your ear. There it is. Mick Kilgore not really active with his hands. Webb able to get free inside, and Spears in the position you don't want to be in defensively picks up foul number 3. But Iowa really loves to use that baseline side bounce pass. And as soon as you get your hands parallel to the floor looking for that, they throw it right by your head.
Webb missed a free throw, and Harden came down with the board. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Carstarfin missed a 3. Webb tracked it down after Earl kept it alive.
It's been an all-perimeter game for the Temple Owls since Donald Hodge sat down with foul number 2.
Hawkeyes need to get out of the backcourt. They just beat the 10 count. Earl lost it. Harden has a man open. Couldn't get it to Kilgore. Now he does. And Kilgore laid it in. The fans wanted a charge as Harden ran into Skinner. steal by Macon. He didn't get the bounce off the back iron, and there's a foul on the rebound. Spears is going to pick up his 4th personal.
Well, I guess the Chaney foul rule applies to his key players. As we've not seen Hodge since midway through this half.
No, Donald has grown icicles. But Spears has not gone to the bench. There's Hodge. Temple was leading and dominating inside while he was in the game. He left with 11 points, but with 2 fouls. Since he went to the bench, Iowa has had the edge in play, and at the moment they enjoy a 3-point lead. Paul Lusk back in. Chris Street waiting to check in. With a minute 27 to play in the first half, and Jay Webb is about to toe the line.
Tom Davis feels Jay Webb may be their most improved player. He's had an excellent preseason of practice. Really seems to be coming on.
He shot just 58% from the line last year. He's a sophomore from San Jose, California, out of Archbishop Mitty High School. 1 for 2 for Webb. He's replaced by Chris Street, a freshman from Indianola, Iowa. Scarson. Iowa by 4. With a minute 20 to play in the first half. 3 guards in the game now for Temple with the big men in foul trouble. Harden short on the 3. Whistle on the rebound. And it's Tubbs assessed the personal. That'll put Iowa over the limit. 2 personals on Tubbs. Here's Moses back in. Wade Looking Bill goes to the bench. James Spears had to be relieved when he heard the whistle that the foul didn't go against him. Would have been a very short night for James.
That's right. Well, he's twisted up big time. He's certainly got a gridiron body, doesn't he? Excellent nose for the ball. Good quickness. Excellent strength. Got some biceps on him now. Kind of like yours, Sean.
Yes, indeed. We're probably on the same weight plan. Smith trying to shed Scarson. Ticking down to a minute left of the half. Lusk spinning, and he was fouled.
Excellent control on the spin move inside. Pump fake after the spin move. Almost got it up and down for a 3-point opportunity.
Mick Kilgore picks up his 2nd personal. We enjoyed watching Lusk. Knew it would be a treat to watch him tonight in the game because he was fun to watch even in practice.
That's
yesterday.
Right. He really sees the floor, and he's got savvy. See, now watch this nice spin move. Now watch the ball fake. Boom. Draw the contact, and that's just an excellent offensive move.
I think he and his dad, his high school coach, might have given those moves to each other in the driveway a couple of times in New Baden, Illinois.
You can never overstate the value of having a feel for the game. You hear people talk about it an awful lot, coaches and commentators, but having natural instincts and a feel for where people are and what kind of moves you can make is a major asset in this very reactive type game.
Inadvertent horn. Play continues. Lusk missed 2. Iowa struggling from the free throw line.
With a push-off by Scarson.
He got away with it. Kilgore moves around Smith. Has it back from Macon. Ooh, boy. Earl didn't like the call, and it seemed like the whistle blew in anticipation of contact that perhaps did not come.
That happens on occasion. Kilgore leisurely penetrating to the lane. Now goes right back into the defending arms of Acie Earl. And phantom foul. I couldn't really find that one. Good play on the ball up top. The official indicated a bump below. But that's a pretty good play by Acie Earl. Kilgore really struggling with his shot. Here we'll take a look at this block from another angle. Plenty of space between Kilgore and Earl. That's a block, folks. Every day of the week. That's a clean block. Well, Kilgore didn't take advantage. He's really struggled with his shot tonight.
Yes, both sides struggling from the line. Temple 2 of 5. Iowa 10 for 21. Lost it, but it's deflected out off a Temple player.
Well, you know, you talk about adrenaline affecting perimeter shots and shots from the floor. You really should be settled down a little more when you get to that strike.
The shot clock.
Chalk that up to 4 free throw shooters.
Pardon me, Clark. The shot clock is off, so Iowa can take it all the way down to the final buzzer of the first half if the Hawkeyes so choose.
See, in this situation, you like to have your ball handling guard, be it Lusk or Smith, penetrate and force a double team somewhere and find an open player for a good high percentage shot. Let's see if that happens.
Acie Earl lays it in. Still time for the Owls if they hurry. Harden's inbounding pass knocked away by Webb. 11 points for Acie Earl off the bench.
Plenty of time. Temple needs to get it in. I'll have time for a couple of passes or even a few dribbles.
A long bomb sails out of bounds. That means Iowa will get it back along the baseline.
Really not necessary to look for a home run pass. You got 6 seconds. Get it in, push it up with the dribble or the pass, and get a scoring pass on your second or third pass as opposed to looking for the home run all in one pass.
Troy Skinner comes in for the final 5.8 seconds, so perhaps Tom Davis is looking for a 3. Skinner, a long bomb specialist. Instead, it's inside. Earl lost it. Macon tripped. And Earl picks up the foul. Not a good foul, with Macon a long way from the basket in the final seconds of the half.
Neither team has really handled these last 6 seconds efficiently.
Coming up at halftime, John Saunders with scores and highlights. Action earlier this evening in the Dodge NIT. He'll have a report on the great Midwest Conference. ESPN first told you about that conference a couple of weeks ago. It has now come into being, beginning today, as a matter of fact. And Dale Brown speaks out on today's resignation of LSU football coach Mike Archer. A very emotional press conference. Mike Archer certainly was emotional. Dale Brown walked into the room,
Dale
said
Brown,
his piece as usual.
Emotional.
Yes.
But he doesn't miss the mark a lot. He's on target in a lot of what he says.
Straight at the buzzer. A most entertaining first half. The Hawkeyes, before the home crowd, have a 5-point lead at the break. Stay tuned for John Saunders. Ball here in the Dodge NIT. Really a story of 2 big men. Donald Hodge early for Temple controlled the game, but he went to the bench with 11:14 left in the first half with foul trouble. But while he was in there, he was most impressive.
Very impressive. Here he's just going to beat the triple team, actually, with a strong power move inside. 11 points, 5 rebounds, and you see he did his damage in limited playing time, 9 minutes.
When he went out, Acie Earl came in for Iowa. He did not start, but he played most of the half in the middle, and this is an example of what he accomplished while he was in there.
Late in the first half, able to get inside and finish it up nicely, 4-4 from the floor.
Field goal percentages picked up a bit after a very slow shooting start for both teams. Both teams did struggle throughout the half from the free throw line. Really, Iowa could have a much bigger lead than they do right now.
They really could. You see, they've dominated the backboards 28-15, have shot the ball well from three-point land, 3 for 6.
The Temple Owls beginning the regular season with this game tonight. They've already had an interesting start to the 1990-91 basketball campaign. It began in...
Scowl, there he is. He's got the game face on now.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I had never met John Chaney until this morning when we attended practice and spoke with him. And my image of him was always what I had seen from TV, that scowl. He always seemed angry. He is a very pleasant man, a very classy man, an excellent coach who has deep concern for his players. And I would candidly admit I changed my opinion. It's ridiculous to judge somebody off television anyway, as we know.
You're allowed to do that, Sean. You're allowed to do that.
And he had a much warmer personality than I anticipated. Troy Skinner and now Val Barnes, same backcourt that started the game for Iowa, begins the second half. And the same front court as well. Moses, Tubbs, and Street. This is Barnes for 3. And the rebound to Kilgore. Hodge is in to start the half. Same lineup that started the game starts the second half for Temple.
It'll be interesting to see if Hodge, who did most of his damage with Acie Earl on the Hawkeye bench, is able to pick up where he left off. Tubbs and Hodge getting to know each other, and Tubbs going to be whistled for a foul as he wrestled with Hodge a little bit inside.
Brig Tubbs picks up his third personal foul. Donald Hodge reacquainting himself with the contact. Macon thought about three. Harden thought about three. Now Kilgore. One minute played, second half. Harden way off the mark from three-point range. Strickland picked it up off the floor and put it in.
Fouls in the 3-2 matchup zone. They keep Macon on that weak side so he can anticipate and go for steals on swing passes or skip passes. Hodge and Strickland man the inside, trying to body up Cutter.
Moses missed the layup after driving the baseline. Hawkeye fans think it went out off Macon.
So does yours truly.
So does James Moses.
Moses on the penetration, looking for the acrobatic deuce. And Macon looked like he lost that one himself.
Tubbs, the rejection of Strickland.
Actually, to defend Mark Strickland, I think he was looking to dump that off to Hodge. Oh, nice look.
Moses, a couple of pumps and the bucket.
Nice early offense. Caught the Owls a little flat-footed, dozing a bit.
8 points now for Moses. His bucket gives Iowa a 5-point lead. That was the margin at the half.
I would really think Temple would make a concentrated effort to throw it inside to Hodge, who was so effective in the first half.
That's Kilgore with the basket.
Boy, look at Hodge and Tubbs thumping and bumping inside. With a good angle right in the center of our screen. The guards need to penetrate a little bit here for the Hawkeyes.
Tubbs hits. That was the first bucket for Tubbs. It's a 5-point lead in favor of Iowa. We played 3 minutes in the second half. Harden, crowd wanted to travel.
Iowa's really content to pack it in.
And Tubbs and Hodge content to slug it out. The officials won't let them, and Tubbs picks up another foul, his fourth. Starford in for Temple. Harden goes to the bench, and Tubbs will come out for Iowa. With his 4 fouls, he has been replaced by Acie Earl. Jay Webb also in for the Hawkeyes, as Chris Street has joined Tubbs on the bench.
Starford entering the lineup for John Chaney to pull the trigger on that three-pointer. Harden has struggled from behind the arc, and Iowa really packing it in. That shot is available.
Macon long with the 3, Barnes the rebound. Iowa seems to be a bit more patient on offense here in the second half.
Very much so. If you're going to be patient and allow the zone to set up, then you have to attack it aggressively with dribble penetration. Penetrate those seams and gaps. And anytime the ball is reversed, Skinner or Barnes has an opportunity to penetrate.
Acie Earl obviously wanted to take the shot and missed. From the baseline, Kilgore didn't get the bounce. Volley ball, and it's Barnes with it. Iowa by 5. We've played 4 minutes in the second half.
Earl was wide open underneath. They missed him.
Barnes for 3. Earl whistled for the foul as he climbed the back of Donald Hodge. 3 fouls on Acie Earl. We'll return to Carver Hawkeye Arena after this.
Brewed like a premium beer to taste like a premium beer.
Off the timeout, Temple inbounded the ball and worked it through the press over half court. Hodge, double team, gets around it and stepped on the baseline.
They have gotten away with a little hook there, a little NBA move, got that chicken wing out and got around the defender, but stepped on the baseline en route to the hole.
Iowa by 5. Each team has scored 4 points in the first 4.5 minutes plus of the second half.
Pretty good floor spacing here by the Hawkeyes, but see these gaps between the two Owl defenders? Those are the seams that the Hawkeyes really need to penetrate.
Strickland, crowd wanted a double dribble. Crowd's doing a lot of officiating. Starfin buries the 3.
Boy, he is going to be a very, very valuable weapon for the Owls as he continues to knock down that open perimeter shot.
Victor Starfin with 11 points, including 3 three-point field goals. Hodge clears the miss by Smith. The Owls have made better use of the three-point line. Starfin trying to give Temple the lead, but he missed the 3. There's still a 2-point edge for Iowa. 50-48, 14:25 left second half. Wide open Lusk. Spins away from Macon.
Oh, I like that one, Paul.
Lusk knocks it away. He's excitable.
As well he should be after that sweet move and finish. Here he's going to get a hand on the inbound pass. He was pretty pumped up about it.
4-point advantage for Iowa.
Well, Victor Starfin has been wide open the last few possessions for three-point shots. The Hawkeyes need to get to him.
And for Iowa, Tubbs has come back in with 4 fouls. Earl is on the bench. Strickland way off, and Tubbs the rebound. Smith leads the break. Moses. Now Smith. Again, it's an all-freshman backcourt for Iowa. Lusk alone. Whew. Terrific pass for Moses.
Great look. Excellent use of the skip pass by James Moses.
Nearly a throwaway.
And that wasn't too bad a move by Paul Lusk either.
6-point advantage. Here's Hodge. Got Webb up in the air and laid it in.
There's no problem with his hands being small. He can work in the paint.
13 for Hodge. That bucket, his first of the half, his first since the 11-minute mark of the first half. Webb banks it home over Kilgore. 7 points for Jay Webb. Nearly the steal by Lusk. Macon lost it. Smith has it. 3-on-2 Hawkeyes. Moses fouled as he went up. Starfin got a piece of it.
The energy level has just picked up for the Hawkeyes. They started this half sluggishly, but a couple of nice plays by Lusk and a turnover has gotten the fans back in it. A few possessions ago, Moses with a nice skip pass over the defense, and then the excellent finish by Paul Lusk.
Now James Moses at the line. Foul on Starfin was his second. Iowa's struggle from the free throw line continues.
You won't see many shots in this arena get the shooter's roll. The rims are unbelievably tight and secure. You've got to bury shots here. You've got to shoot them cleanly to get them down.
Kilgore inbounds to Strickland. 7-point lead for Iowa. Iowa with the momentum, but John Chaney has just 2 timeouts remaining. He'll get a TV timeout. perhaps on the next whistle after we pass the 12-minute mark remaining.
You know, John Chaney told us Macon has really improved in his understanding of the game, but may have to look to step out of that comfort zone and assert himself a little more here to get his team going.
Winters couldn't handle the good entry pass by Barnes. 3-on-2 Temple. Karstarfin banks it in.
Oh, nice move. Nice move by Karstarfin. Macon got out and ran, forced the defender to make a choice, and Karstarfin able to get to the basket.
He has 13. Lead is 5 for the Hawkeyes.
On ball reversal is really where the Hawkeyes should look to probe and penetrate that zone.
Macon, strip Moses. That's part of the game of Mark Macon that Coach Chaney feels is very underrated. His defense. He compared him to Alvin Robertson. Skinner had his pass kicked. There is the TV timeout. 5-point lead for Iowa. And we'll return to Iowa City.
Gaining a 5-point cushion. And Victor Karstarfin, he has 13 points and has done a solid job off the Temple bench. Here he penetrates in the open court. Nice little leaning floater off the window. And really has shown the ability to knock down the perimeter shot. Mark Macon, on the other hand, has been rather quiet with only 6 points here tonight.
Iowa with the ball and the 5-point lead. As the clock ticks down to 11 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second half. Skinner and Barnes, the backcourt for Iowa. Webb, Lookingbill, and Earl up front. This is Wade Lookingbill. Had some room. Gave it to Earl. Fouled, and the bucket counts.
Donald Hodge playing a little soft inside because of those 2 fouls. Nice pass by Lookingbill. One dribble, strong power moves. He gets around Hodge right there. Hodge not moving his feet. And a little head and shoulder fake and a nice strong finish inside by Acie Earl.
Acie trying to tie his career high. He had 14 last year at Michigan. And he has now matched his career high. That's his 14th point tonight.
That bodes well when you can get your career high in the opening game of a new season.
Nearly a 5-second count, making the quick feed to Karstarfin, and they break the press. 60-52, Iowa. 8 points was their largest lead in the first half. Kilgore for 3.
Nice little inside-out action that time. Good pressure here by the Owls.
Broken by the Hawkeyes. Earl adds to his career high. 16 for Acie.
Big fella laid it on the floor that time. Well, the coaching staff warned us. They told us Acie Earl would be brilliant or a no-show. And he's here big time tonight.
We're now midway through the second half. Hodge in traffic. 2 more for Donald Hodge. He now is 15.
You wonder about the Hawkeyes being a young team. Are they going to continue to maintain their poise and make good decisions with the basketball?
Whistle stops the play. The official, Duke Edsel, indicating he had asked for the timeout. I'm not sure why. John Chaney, we mentioned earlier, second best winning percentage among active Division I coaches, behind only Jerry Tarkanian. Archer Shark has won 82.6% of his games. Smith, a nice move and lost it, but Barnes got it back. Too strong. Earl called for a foul on the rebound. And that's 4 for obviously agitated Acie Earl.
And as he should be. He was in excellent offensive rebounding position for the long rebound. And we're going to take a look at it. There's the shot by Barnes. Now Earl, oh no, oh no. So often that foul is anticipated before it actually occurred. And that was a case in point.
Apparently the officials thought he pushed off. There's a push off and a good call there. Mick Kilgore extended his free arm to push the defender away, and he did not argue.
You've got to keep that chicken wing close to your body. You can't get too much space between your elbow and your body, especially when the guy with the striped shirt is 2 feet away from you. A little more discretion necessary that time.
He has 3 fouls, so he would be well advised to exercise that discretion. Down to 9 minutes left in the second half. Iowa by 5 at 62-57. Barnes.
Hawkeyes continue to use a little clock here. I don't want to be redundant, but I just have to keep pointing out the way there you go. There's the penetration that you try to look for on ball reversal.
They have to hurry. 5 seconds on the shot clock as Moses missed from three-point land. Macon looking for Strickland. It was knocked away by Tubbs underneath. Oh, here comes Mr. Excitement, Paul Lusk, back into the basketball game.
Val Barnes has cooled off considerably here in the second half after a big first half with 10 points and a couple of threes.
And he'll cool off on the bench for a few moments as Lusk replaced him.
Hawkeyes really packing that zone in, and that shot is available.
3 more for Carstarphin. A brilliant Temple debut for the transfer from the University of Cincinnati. 16 for Carstarphin. And the lead is just 2 now for the Hawkeyes of Iowa.
You know, if you're going to pack in your zone defense, you have to know who shooters are. And Victor Carstarphin has been outstanding from behind the stripe, behind the three-point arc, and the Hawkeyes just are late getting to him.
Webb knocked away, goaltending. Strickland didn't think so. John Chaney right on the heels of the Hawkeyes. The Owls trail by 4.
Ball game. Victor Carstarphin has been outstanding in spotting up and knocking down the three-point shot. Here we see the Hawkeyes really packing it in. Look at Paul Lusk. He's number 13, right in front of Mark Strickland here, and he's not going to be able to get back out. He makes an attempt, but too little, too late, and Carstarphin knocks down another triple.
Temple nearly lost it. Lusk nearly picked off the pass. A return feed for Kilgore from Strickland. Kilgore looking for help. Strickland comes to his aid. And the Owls break the pressure.
Let's see if the Hawkeyes do a better job of finding perimeter shooters, especially Carstarphin as they pack in this half-court zone defense.
Macon missed from 3, but the Owls got it back. Now an off-balance try for 2. Foul whistled on the rebounding activity. Tough to tell who Edsel was pointing at.
I think Mark Strickland is the guilty party.
He is, and that is his 4th.
You usually can tell by the expression and the body language of the guilty party. Kind of sulks in the shoulders and shakes his head. And wonders why me.
Both sides with foul difficulties. With 7:17 to play. It's Iowa 64 and Temple 60. Jay Webb. And now Smith. Moses.
Lusk probably should look to step up as the middle man on the perimeter.
Kilgore took it away from Acie Earl.
And be more of a threat to shoot it.
Carstarphin, 19 for Vic Carstarphin. It's a one-point game. Now the steal by Macon. Temple can take the lead. Kilgore missed. Kept it alive. Battles Lusk, and Lusk knocked it out of bounds off Smith Kilgore.
Somebody has to tell the Hawkeyes that Carstarphin can shoot the triple. I mean, they're just not finding him.
Looking Bill back in. Earl. Now Barnes. And Skinner settles the Hawkeyes. They're clinging tenuously to a 1-point lead with 6:17 to play in the second half. Looking Bill. Skinner. Good look to Earl. Again, he put it on the floor and lost it.
Looking for the rhythm bounce. Now he's looking for the basketball.
Macon, along with the three. Again, Temple with an opportunity to take the lead, but they fail to do so.
Nice box out by Skinner.
Barnes. Bang. 3-point game in favor of the Hawkeyes. And Temple has to use another timeout. Just one timeout remaining for the Owls of John Chaney. They trail by 3. Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City. The homestanding Hawkeyes with a 3-point lead, 5:47 to play. We mentioned moments ago the foul trouble. A concern for both teams. Spears and Strickland of Temple with 4. Tubbs and Earl of Iowa with 4. Kilgore and Hodge also in foul difficulties for Temple. Kilgore couldn't get it in moments ago and had to use a timeout. Got it in this time to make it, and he finds Strickland. Karstafen.
Hawkeyes in the 3-2 here.
Hodge. Hungry look on his face, and he gets the bucket. 17 for Donald Hodge. The lead is 1 for Iowa. Lookingville finds Skinner. All alone, Tubbs.
Nice look by Skinner. Somebody was dozing for the Owls.
Karstafen lucky to get away from that double team right in the corner. Under 5 to play. 3-point edge for Iowa. And a foul. As Strickland took it up. And that'll mean Greg Tubbs is out of the basketball game. It's his 5th foul.
Tubbs did a nice job banging bodies inside. Here we'll take a look at Skinner. Over the pressure by the Owls. Finds Tubbs all alone. And I'm sure he didn't think that was going to be his last hoop for the night. Did a nice job, though, banging bodies. Got the start tonight because Acie Earl missed a couple of practices earlier this week.
And 6 points, just one shy of his career high of 7 versus Northwestern last year. And now Earl has to play with his 4th foul. Mark Strickland, the junior from Atlanta, trying to cut the lead to 1. The lead is now 2.
One go, man, one shot.
Strickland has already bettered his averages of a year ago. He averaged 5 points, 5 rebounds a game last year. Now it's 8 points and 7 boards. The lead is 1 for the Hawkeyes. Barnes along with the jumper. Hodge moves it wisely for Karstafen. Looks like Michael Harden's status as the starting guard with Macon in the backcourt for Temple is in serious jeopardy with the performance of Vic Karstafen tonight.
One way or another, Mr. Karstafen will certainly get his minutes.
Whether as a starter or coming off the bench.
That's right. Hodge wants it. That's offensive foul or travel.
Frank Scagliotta elected to go with the walking call.
Hodge only had 21 assists last year in 31 games, so passing certainly not a forte of his. Here he battles for position, ended up traveling. But anytime you're going to be a very good low post player, you also have to be able to pass it effectively out of double teams.
Temple has squandered 3 opportunities to take the lead here in the second half.
And when your opposition is playing at home, those opportunities to seize momentum and leads don't come but so often.
Winters to Moses. 13 on the clock. Moses lays it off the rim, and it did not spin in.
Well, a tough break, passed up a good shot for a better one.
Temple's last lead was 16-14 with 10:42 left in the first half.
It'll be interesting to see if, in fact, Temple does get the lead, how these young Hawkeyes respond.
Under 3 minutes to play. There's a 3-point try. Carstarp in the miss. Hodge, crowd wanted to travel. Temple has the lead.
Oh, what a nice looking touch he had.
19 for Donald Hodge. Skinner looked to the bench for instructions from Coach Davis. He held up 2 fingers. Two and a half to play.
They have to be careful not to get too passive here. They still need to be aggressive in attack.
Acie Earl. Didn't get the bounce. Rebound free. Earl and Carstarpin. And the alternating possession goes to Temple. The Owls lead by 1 with 2:11 to play. Carstarpin pressured by Smith. Kilgore gets it over the line to Strickland. And now Temple will set up. 2 minutes to play. Macon. Didn't get it to go off the glass. Winters the rebound, and he was slapped. Mark Macon reached in and got a piece of James Winters. First foul tonight for Mark Macon.
Pretty good shot here. It looks like he gets away with the walk as he slides the feet. And then he comes in with the reach and picks up the foul.
Timeout Iowa. The Hawkeyes trail by 1 with 1:49 to play, and each team has 5 team fouls in the second half. Thank you, John. Welcome back, everybody, to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Temple has taken a 1-point lead with 1:49 to play in the second half. Temple with 1 timeout remaining. Iowa has 2. Tom Davis just used his first timeout. Each side with 1 foul to give, and the possession arrow favors Iowa.
Donald Hodge displaying such a nice shooting touch and the ability to get to the offensive board here under excellent control after retrieving the miss. He's got 17 on the night, and I'm really impressed with his control and his patience inside. So often you see young players that play with their back to the basket rush opportunities in the paint, but he always seems to be under control, keeps the ball up, and has an excellent shooting touch. Now let's see how the Hawkeyes respond. They've led since about midway through the first half.
Kevin Smith into Winters. 2 freshmen in for Tom Davis.
Temple really overloads on the ball side defensively. A skip pass or a quick swing of the ball could get somebody an open shot for the Hawkeyes.
Earl off balance. He took the shot. Winters kept it alive. Now it's Macon, and he is fouled by Wade Lookingbill.
You know, one of the problems with the very young team is they really don't know what a good shot is in a tight ball game late in the game. They're still seeking to discover who should be taking the shot, what type of shot should we be looking to get. Because the game changes when you get down to 2 minutes, a minute, and it's a 1-point ball game. You've got to be a little more selective.
Strickland. Temple by 1. A minute and a half to play. .30 seconds on the shot clock. Starfin. Having watched out for the 5-second count as Smith moved in. The count began. Macon. What a big bucket. Macon hasn't done much tonight. That's just his 7th and 8th points.
That's why the pro scouts like him so much.
Webb was all alone under the bucket but dropped it. Barnes for 3 to tie.
That's why Tom Davis loves Val Barnes.
He has 15 points. 5 of them here in the second half. Deadlocked at 71 with 40 seconds remaining.
Anticipate a similar play for the Owls, some type of clear out for Mark Macon as they talk it over with John Chaney.
And Temple uses the timeout. The Owls now out of timeouts with 29.4 seconds left. 71-71 the score. Well, we talked at the beginning about this being an interesting matchup. These two teams a study in contrast. Temple, the veteran, experienced team that generally likes to play at a slow pace, although if you give them the opportunity to run, they will. Iowa, very inexperienced. 7 of their 15 scholarship players in their first year in the Iowa program. They're an up-tempo team. These two teams have battled very evenly throughout.
That's right. The Hawkeyes really haven't been able to get the pace of the game as quick as they would like it, especially here in the second half. They put 46 points on the board in half number 1, and it slowed down more to Temple's liking here in the second half. Big shot by Val Barnes, though, to tie it up. He had been rather silent here in the second half after a very impressive first half.
A couple of big numbers on the screen. No timeouts for Temple. Now if they struggle to inbound the basketball, they cannot call a timeout. Iowa has 2 remaining. Temple has 1 foul to waste. If Iowa commits any ensuing fouls, Temple will shoot. And the possession arrow points to Iowa as the Owls gather around John Chaney. He also has an excellent staff. Jim Maloney, in his 17th years at Temple, assistant. You saw his son last night, Matt, playing for Vanderbilt here on ESPN, and their loss to Arkansas. Dean Demopoulos, Nate Blackwell, also the assistants under John Chaney. The Iowa Hawkeyes haven't lost a home opener since 1962 when Ohio U came in and walked away with a 62-54 victory.
Well, you would anticipate Mark Macon possibly being isolated as the shot clock goes down. Anytime you're on the road, I think you go for the win and don't give the Hawkeyes an opportunity to be able to tie it up.
They have to get it in, and they just do beat the 5 count. Strickland.
Hawkeyes in man-to-man.
Starfin threw it away. Earl tipped it to Moses. Tie game, nearly a steal back by Temple as Starfin and Kilgore moved in.
Nice poise by the freshman to pull it out.
They have 2 timeouts left. They don't use them, and Earl gives them a lead. No timeouts left for Temple. 2 seconds left. Macon looks at the clock, lets it fly to win. It's short. Iowa wins by 2. Tom Davis talked yesterday about the importance for his young team to get off to a good start this season, to build their confidence, to prove to them that they are talented, that they can play with the big boys of college basketball. This will certainly accomplish what he wanted.
That's a big-time play. Excellent penetration and pass. Nice catch by Earl, but that's a huge play by a freshman point guard. Nice penetration. Had it in his mind all the time to Acie Earl. That's just an excellent play. Kevin Smith showing you that ability to get inside and find the big guy for the winner.
Acie Earl, fittingly with the winning bucket. He was the main man for the Hawkeyes tonight with 18 points, a career high. Iowa advances to meet Notre Dame. For Clark Kellogg, Sean McDonough saying so long from Iowa City, where the Hawkeyes beat Temple 73-71.